Good morning, guys.
Morning? Did you say morning?
Good morning.
It is 6 p.m. in the evening here on Monday. We're shooting this before the final game, but we kind of already know what the results are because we couldn't shoot it on Tuesday. One of the things we're starting out with tonight is what we're drinking. What are you drinking, Fenner?
I'm drinking, although it says a little Jack Daniels, it's a little false advertising, so I'll turn it around. But it's 1792 whiskey, I believe out of Kentucky. I'll have to do my homework on that one. What about you, Eric? What's in that mug of yours? A little false advertising yourself?
Mine is also false advertising. Lakefront Brewery in Milwaukee. This is for Brian. But the beer inside is a blue corn lager from Confluence Brewery here in Des Moines. So, little Des Moines, Wisconsin stuff.
Woo! So it can't be good.
Oh, you're breaking up, Fenner. Stop drinking.
It can't be good, right?
It's delicious.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So,
First, I want to thank the guys for actually listening to us last week. I think that's a miracle.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were that interesting.
I didn't either.
I know you're not interesting. So
it has to be you. It has to be you.
It's got to be.
Well, now that we're past that, let's do it.
Are we starting right into the rankings, or where do we want to start today?
Well,
I'll let you decide.
Let's start right into the rankings. Last week we hit darn near 35-minute recording, so let's get right into the rankings a little bit, and then we can always filter back.
I think they kind of like the 35-minute recording.
It's not the only thing they like at 35 minutes.
You want to let us know what you're flying?
We'll wait till I hand out my award. So
okay, we can do that.
Let's get right in.
All right, so I'm going to read last rankings.
Okay.
We had myself, followed by a tie between Fruity and Jade, and then we'd have a tie between Patrick and Be Real, and then we had Paul, Derek, and you. Little Daddy.
That one hurt. That one hurt. And it kind of came to fruition, so I can't say much about that one.
Yeah. So let's start with you. Go ahead. Let's hear yours.
And I like to start from the bottom. So this week, I'll have you know this, that they're at least a little bit more balanced out than they were last week in terms of their records and where they lie on the list. So we all know that Brian's done for this week. That puts him at 0-2. The only thing that has me putting him at 8 is, I don't know why I keep going back to the bench, but I'm going back to his bench, and that his bench, I think, barely scored over 25 points. And with a low starting roster, he's got a little ground to make up there. So,
do you know that benches don't score points?
They don't until you need them to score points, and which gets to my next point, and is why I'm putting myself at 7th. Maybe a little tie for last with Brian, but I've got a big ego and a little bit of whiskey, so I put myself a little higher than Brian. One, because finally AP got injured. 2 points the last couple weeks from that guy out of my first overall pick out of the keepers.
That hurts.
That hurts. So I'll be able to get him out of there and sub in a couple of my bench players who, yes, they don't score points, but my bench did score quite a bit. And I had a decent pickup. I don't know if you saw this pickup. Let me see if I can. Will Fuller out of Houston. So we'll see. He came up big the second week in a row. Got him off waiver wires last week.
All right.
Okay, so do you want me to keep going? Want to run through all of them?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So, coming in at 7, we got Jade. Um, and and also the scores were a little bit more spread out than they were last week, weren't they?
Well, spread out.
In terms of win versus loss, yeah. So like there's a
No,
good
but
20, 30 points in between the winning score and the losing score of every matchup. So um,
but the scores were all between basically 80 and 120. Last week we had scores up in the one. What did we have? 150s, and we have some 70s.
True.
We had a wider range last week.
True, yeah. So in terms of the league, we had a wider range. But in terms of matchups, because last week there were a couple tight matchups at the top, a couple tighter ones at the bottom. So in terms of like within each matchup this week, it's a little, well, not tighter, but spread apart.
Would you call this excellent?
I would call that's a dick slang.
Yeah.
Be real. How does that look? Does that look familiar? Okay. So we got.
Continue with your rankings.
What?
I said continue with your rankings.
We've got Jade jagging off at 7. No, sorry,
7,
6. 6. Because I'm at 7.
You're at 7. Jade's at 6.
Jade's
okay.
at 6. I've got you in there at 5. Woo!
Serious?
Woo! Let's chalk this one up. We got to keep this one in the memory banks for once you go 1 and 11. So it's a downhill spiral for you, Eric.
Let's pick up the pace here. Everyone knows that your rankings are a joke right now.
Paul, we've got Paul at 4.
Okay.
Which, I mean, he did his duty in taking me down. We've got D-Rock, Derek at 3. He put up a good score this week, didn't he? No, he's got one more player to go. I'm sorry. He's got one more player to go. Yeah. And then we've got Fruity in there at 2. He's just got a solid team. I'll just say that. He's got a good, solid team week to I say week to week. We've got 2 weeks under our belt. Right. And then I've got Pat in there at number 1. What do you got? Where do mine match up in relation to yours? Big commish.
I think you put way too much emphasis on each week. I mean, you basically flipped the whole thing around just based on the scores of this week. Do you know that what did Fruity put up last week? Where is this?
140 something.
140. You put up 140?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, I've got to pull up here on the screen for me if we end up using mine. He put up 148 and won, and he puts up 110 this week and wins.
And he's got a second player to go, doesn't he?
And you've got what?
Sorry, no, he's done for the week. I thought he had another player to go, but he's done for the week.
Right, but you kept him at second. You had Patrick jump him. Gosh, your rankings are terrible. I will say that right now. Your rankings are terrible. Let me go through
Eric, hold on. What will I have to do to gain your approval of my rankings?
Change them. So here's what I got. I've got you at 8 because, Fenner, you were last, you lost, and you had the lowest score this week. What makes you think you can raise in the rankings?
Hey, I've got one more player to go.
Oh, and it's your. Let me look it up.
I've got Alshon Jeffrey going.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Who got 14 last week.
Do you remember who his quarterback is? I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. His quarterback's pretty bad.
It doesn't matter. You're probably.
Hey, let's speed this up. Let's get this off myself. Hold on, what is this?
What is what?
Oh, it said Pat's calling in.
Okay, well, text Patrick and tell him to hold his horses a little bit. Our guest is going to have to wait a few minutes here
Okay,
because
so
I'm doing
get
my
on.
rankings.
Just get on.
All right, so I've got Fenner in last. Obviously, everyone who's watching this video cast agrees with me. I know that Fenner is last.
Minus Brian.
Yeah. And then I've got Brian, because he put up a pathetic number too. Then I've got Derek. He put up a good score, but I think last week he really sucked balls. And then I've got Paul at 5, Jade at 4, Patrick at 3, me at 2, and Fruity at 1. Which, okay, I would say 2 through 7 are all pretty close.
Yeah.
But 1 and 8 are clear cut, and you didn't even get those right. So that's all I know about the ranking.
Well,
One thing I've noticed, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but it seems like the scores, like the trusted players, are not so trusted this year. Like, for instance,
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Yep. Who else? There's been an Arian Foster. Would you call him trusted? I don't.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
He's kind of
But
dead and over with.
Yeah, I had Antonio Brown put up 5 points this week.
5?
Kind of look 5.
What?
Yeah.
He was in the 20s last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, he put up 20-some last week, but, like, I don't know. Randall Cobb, no bueno. Mark Ingram, not good. I mean, these are just, like, names that are normally, last year, were pretty good, and it seems like we've got a new batch of people that we need to realize are.
Yeah, I'm
better
going.
than-
I'm going down the list of flex players that are so wide receiver, running back, AJ Green, 4 points this
Yeah.
week. Brandon Cooks, who went from 32 to 9.5. That's number 2 and 3. The fourth, Spencer Ware, 30 points to 8 points.
Yeah.
Antonio's right behind him. Willie Snead for the last one went from 30 to 13. So, I mean, it was just a lower week this week, a little bit of a slow week.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those players are going to come back to their normal, but maybe they're just slow starters.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just kind of surprised by that. Maybe it's just this week because this week's scores were really low.
That could be, yeah. They were lower than last week. So,
all right, some big pickups. You said you got this Will Fuller, who you think is someone spectacular.
I know. Hold on, you're putting words in my mouth. I did not say he's spectacular, but he's backed up his first big week with a decent number, given that the other big players were putting up single digits. So he went from, I think, 23 or so points to another 14 and a half. So we'll see. I'm just happy I picked him up. You, on the other hand, must have been, getting up early on a Sunday, trying to pick up this, I don't even know how to say it. It's kind of like an Aha Clinton Dix kind of guy who put up 2 points.
Well,
What happened? What was your thinking there? Or what did you need?
Well, Zach Ertz was out. He was declared out early that morning, so I had to pick up tight end.
Okay.
So he was just a last-minute throw-in.
Okay.
Yeah, my ball, Zach Ertz, kind of hurt his ball, Zach.
Well said. I don't know. Question mark?
I thought it was clever.
It's like you've been married for a year.
Yeah. And then Derek picked up Tevin Coleman, who, that's a solid pickup. Running back who's put up 13 points each week.
Yep.
But I think he's going to his bench. He's not even gonna be playing because he's got Ingram and Langford.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I hope that your recording works because mine just quit again.
Again, man, you got too much video file on your computer there.
I do.
Did you see the other pickup from Paul? That was a decent tight end pickup. Eric Ebron?
Yeah, but he just went to the
LeBron?
bench.
Is it LeBron?
Ebron?
That's what it is. Decent. 12 points, 7 points as a tight end.
Oh, no, he did actually play him because Delaney Walker, he sat. Well, okay, whatever. All right, so we're going to go through each of the games this week. So
Yeah.
we had Fruity versus me, and Fruity edged out the victory by 20 points. Can you say that's edging out a victory? I think that's a pretty clear win.
If you call this a dick's length, then that's maybe edging out a win.
And then Patrick destroyed Jade, 118 to 82. And then right now Derek is beating Brian pretty easily. Derek still has a player left, but if Derek's player, I'm trying to talk over you.
Just go.
If Derek's player gets like negative 30 points, then Brian has a chance. But I'm gonna say that Derek won that matchup. He's going to 1-1.
So, Jade.
Jesus, everyone won. No, Patrick is at 2-0. Patrick's the only 2-0 player.
No, there's two 2-0s. There's Fruity.
Fruity and Patrick, right?
Yeah.
Right. I missed that. Okay.
So I just want to point out that Jade got demolished, even with an oblong tight end score of 22.5. If Greg Olson didn't haul in that many points, he'd be, I don't know where. I don't know a good analogy for that, but.
You know, Jade's got Sammy Watkins, who didn't. Wasn't there some story that just came out?
Right?
Well, he was questionable this week, but I think he just sucks balls. He's not as good as people think he is.
Yep, I agree. I just want to point out this new Prime Ag logo that just popped on before everyone loses it. Oh, it's Pat! God, yeah, Prime Ag.
I came in right at the sucks balls part. I couldn't think of a better time.
You took the hairs right out of our mouth. Is that
Man, for
no
anybody
homo?
else that's going to be a guest on this show, make sure you don't lock in on Federer and Eric.
So, Patrick, we discussed what we were all drinking. What are you drinking there?
Coffee, sadly, but hey, NDSU survived the upset against Iowa this week. A little upset scare.
Woo woo!
Go
Bison! Go Bison!
Are you guys truly Bison
I gotta
fans?
say,
What?
Are you truly Bison fans?
My brother went there, so yeah.
Okay, so you count. Eric, why are you cheering for him?
because they beat the Hawks.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, makes
Where have
sense.
you been?
I don't know. Well, I heard they beat them, but
I think like every Iowa football team is like, well, no, Iowa Hawkeyes have won for 2 victories, but everyone else has lost every game. So that's good.
so yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So of course I wore my Husker stuff to work today because everyone was really pissed off.
Good story. You live in
All right.
Iowa.
Yeah, what really so mad about?
Yeah.
Oh, because Iowa?
Marshall, we need you for predictions.
I know, I'm just getting my screen set up here.
You should have called in a little later then, eh?
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to get right to it. No foreplay or anything. It's just on and on, huh?
Huh?
All
I
right.
don't know why. Did
Did
you call in? Mood you.
On that note,
I'm just having a hard time. Nat's got this new Mac, and I can't figure out the split screen, how to get this thing to work right.
okay, you click the green button.
I mean, I got that part.
This might be the last time I'll be on the stove.
You gotta.
I've got it
You're
handled.
gonna prove yourself, Pat. You gotta prove yourself.
Hey, I got my comments right here.
Oh, do you? Nice.
I'm actually kind of nervous.
We'll give you the floor for the next couple minutes. Go for it.
What's that? You're giving me the floor?
You got the floor. Let's see.
All right.
Before, so just to give you a little roundup before, I mean, since you walked in on Eric and I, we had already gone through our yes, whatever you just said. We had gone through our weekly rankings, and now we're just getting into which I might add, Eric thinks mine suck balls. We'll see what everyone else thinks. We'll see what you think too, Pat, once you see them. But we went through those, and now we're just getting into this. Well, we just went through this week's matchups.
Week 3, right?
So
So I got Eric and
let's hear what you got.
That was the first request that I was supposed to put on here. So let me see my notes. I kind of got them all scattered around, but Eric's going to take his first loss this week. Everybody saw that, right? Yeah. Better get the shipping label ready for that helmet, Eric, because you're not keeping the mother here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you better wear it
That's
as
so
much as
Fruity,
you
by the
can.
way. Fruity, who still has a dial-up connection. That's how he's playing. He's playing on a dial-up, and you're losing to Fruity. But anyways, where we at? He's got 2 suspended players too. Fruity does, I think. So he lost to a guy that's got suspended players.
Does he? Oh!
And how do you feel about having Matt Forte on the bench, Eric? 31 points on the bench right there.
Woo!
I know that was a good pick on me.
Have you guys seen Fruity's lineup? He's got 2 players at number 1 rankings, 2 at 2, and 2 at 3. What the? I should have ranked him number 1, Eric. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Plus, you lost Arian Foster too, so that's what happens. You want to kneel down for national anthem, you're gonna get your leg taken off. You can kneel down forever.
All right.
Boom!
So, anyways,
Mic drop. Can I get a mic? Hold on. No, you guys keep going.
where was I? I gotta figure out this whole deal. I think I was gonna take. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna take Gurley's Gone Wild, Derek Bargeman over Big Brown. I got to. Eric, you need a new name. Big Brown is outdated.
I know. It's time for a new one, isn't it?
It's definitely time.
I'm thinking. Hey Patrick, I've got one. What do you think? Brown lives matter.
Oh.
Better. Much better.
I mean, can we match it up with your lineup? You've got Andrew Luck leading your team, so I don't know.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, it fits. I can't.
What's that got to do with anything?
Brown Lives Matter? I don't know.
Antonio Brown? Brown lives matter? What don't you see in there? Anyway, go on, Patrick. Leonard is distracted.
You guys are killing me. All right. So, anyways, who did I take? I took Gurley's Gone Wild. Derek Bargeman's going to beat Eric. He's down and out. Arian Foster, big loss. Big loss. And Andrew Luck kind of sucks this year.
Disagree.
Let's see here. Justin Fenner, Jade Olsen, worst to first and jagging off. I got to tell you, Fenner, dude, I think I got to give it to Jade. He's kind of paying attention this year. Dude, he's a 12.5-point favorite right now.
Yeah,
Hey, don't worry about. That's because AP is still in my lineup. Don't worry about the projections. I've got some players on my bench that are about to outscore your starting lineup.
Dude, you have Ryan Matthews and Isaiah Crowell. Who are you going to okay. Ryan Matthews? Nobody even knows who Isaiah Crowell is. Isaiah Crowell out of the Bible, and we never heard of him.
He's got a touchdown each week, so we'll see what happens with Isaiah Crowell.
Which is shocking because it's Cleveland.
I'll introduce you to him next week.
Well,
Okay, continue on. Continue on.
I got to take Jade on this one. I'm sorry. He's somehow paying attention. I don't know how.
Yeah, what's he doing? Jade, what are you doing?
He doesn't leave his apartment. That's what I'm afraid of. But I think he's serious. I don't really know what to say more about Jade, but yeah. What else was I going to say? Fenner, let's see. Paul gets. Oh, that's right. I was going to recap because we still have Monday night's game. So Paul and Fenner are playing, and it's a 30-point spread right now, and they each got a guy to go. Fenner, you're going to get your first loss, dude.
What?
Second loss. You're going to get your second loss. You're going to be 0-3 by the time you play Jade.
Yeah, you skipped that. You skipped this week, and you went right to next week, huh?
I know. I'm sorry. I got my notes kind of
Yeah, hey, it looks like us too.
very well. I'd like to shout out though to Fruity. You and I will be the only undefeateds representing each conference. Are we conferences or divisions? Each conference. Whatever. Yeah.
That's our commish. That's our commish speaking. Whatever.
Whatever.
You want an extra point? Whatever.
Whatever.
You want to vote for Trump? Whatever.
Here's my specialty: the Cowboy Corn Cob, biggest knob of the week.
Whoa!
All the Packer fans for this week. And Fenner, I got to give you another dish again. You got the biggest knob award for next week because he took Adrian Peterson. He just hasn't been the same. And then he blew his meniscus out.
You're the lucky one because you auto-drafted Ezekiel Elliott behind me. If I would have gotten Ezekiel, you would have had AP.
Did you know Ezekiel Elliott was an auto draft?
I just said that.
Oh. Yeah, auto draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have had AP on auto-draft, and you'd be sitting at maybe a 1-1.
I know. Ugly. The homer, you guys, you can't homer.
Well, thanks for the knob. I appreciate it.
It's not, yeah, I mean, it is a compliment. Somewhat. Did you permanent marker at Trojan, by the way?
I do. Is that where we're getting at right now?
I don't know. I mean, that's your guys' thing. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no. If you're our guest, Pat, you're our guest.
No, that's Fenner's thing again.
Somebody's get your house behind you, Justin. Somebody's trying to get in.
Who is that? Hey, come here. Come here.
Fenner, why don't you let your little man set your lineup next week? That might be
Who is
might
that?
help you a little bit.
Who is that? Who's that quacky guy with the cowboy hat? Yeah. Yeah. Who is that? Yeah. Okay. See you guys from the championship side.
Great flow. Oh, I'd also like to give a shout out to Paul. He had a great bachelor party. Me and Brian had a good time.
Kissing each other.
We played a game trying to make everything super awkward. So anybody we talked to, we just thought the most awkward stuff to ask them. It was fun.
Sounds normal.
It almost got to the point, Paul, I hope Carmen doesn't watch this. This is being recorded, so I'm saying it now, knowing that you're not on this, but Brian was going to ask you in front of her how much the engagement ring cost. That was going to be the ultimate awkward question to win the game, but he couldn't do it.
It's because he's got a wee-wee like this.
It's tiny.
Okay, Commish, what do we got? Are we going right in? We're going to let the guest...
We're going to let him go.
I got to eat some dinner, boys. I got hockey tonight. This was fun.
You can enjoy my award on replay, Pat. We'll talk to you soon.
I want to be surprised. I don't get a lot of surprises in my life anymore, so... Make America Brock again.
All right.
Okay, you better hang up. Get this guy out of here.
It's been fun, guys. Good luck to the next guest speaker.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks for joining.
Later.
Oh, that was fun. Man, I feel like I wasted 5 minutes of my life.
What do we got left? Just our prediction? The other prediction?
Yeah, we got ours and the little award.
No, we don't do ours. We don't do it. We do the other ones. Okay, so Brian and Fruity are the other ones. Who you got?
Brian and Fruity for next week?
Yeah.
That's an easy one. That's Fruity. Even though it says it's a tight line, we got 3.5 points or so, but that's Fruity.
I actually agree with you on that one, even though Brian's favored by 3.7. Yeah, right. Fruity's got this.
We have the same opinion for the first time ever.
Let's wait and see about this next one, though.
Cheers. What's that one? Pat and Paul?
Yep, it took you so long. Yeah, Patrick Paul.
Who's that?
Patrick and Paul.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with Paul on this one.
You're going Paul. I'm gonna go Patrick.
Of course, you just want to go something a little different, huh? Yeah, you just didn't want to agree with me 2 times in a row.
Right.
We'll
Right,
see.
right.
I can see that one going either way. But
So, what was that?
we've got a little dilemma back here.
I spilled cereal.
We got little baby problems. It's all good. Life goes on.
All right then.
So
So going into next week, we've got 2 undefeated,
2 winless.
2 winless. Who's that? Fenner and
Brian.
Brian.
And we've got 4 in the middle.
Then 1. All right.
It's going to be interesting. And we've got, let's see.
So basically, the divisions are the exact same.
The divisions are?
Yeah, each division has an undefeated, an only defeated, and a split. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel a victory for Fountain Glen this year. Another one.
Another one, huh? And another one.
Another one. Do you want to see what the helmet looks like? A lot of you, including Fenner, have not seen it before.
Hold on.
Have not. Let me just go get it real quick, guys.
You go get that.
Guys, this is what it looks like. It's gorgeous. It's a finely crafted machine. You know, got my name on it. Where's that? Right there. See all those years? I've had a long time, guys.
No one cares. On your, I'm pulling up a little DJ Khaled and another one for your Fountain Glen.
Look at your name.
Gosh, that looks empty.
Where's the ears?
Yeah, it'll get there after I get past this 0-2 start and this AP deal.
Not this year. Okay, so what do you got, DJ Khaled, for something?
Yeah, I pulled him up for another one. It already came and went, but trust me, I'll get a little quicker with these GIF video pull-ups for a little slight entertainment.
All right, so you're gonna do your.
Let's see here. We've got, so to recap, last week Paul came through with the Sleeper Award, also rightfully named by Pat. What do you call it? Sliding in with the win award, something like that. It was pretty good. I liked it. Here's
That's all that I have.
Derek.
Derek gets the sleeper.
This is for you.
Are you actually sending these condoms to people?
Obviously not, because I crossed out Paul's name.
I'm sorry, I put another screen and I couldn't see it.
Paul's name is
so
all.
You've got him beating me, huh?
I've got Derek beating Eric next week.
So this week, your prediction is actually a sleeper, whereas last week it was not.
So it'll go back to the correct name of Sleeper Award. Derek, this one's for you. I hope you fill it out. I don't know.
Are you just going to keep writing names on that one condom?
You know what? We've used up all the other ones, so... I'm gonna get killed after this. It just makes it a little less awkward if I put all the names on one rather than putting one name on all of them. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Well,
is that all we got?
is that it? I think that's it. I think we're at about 20 minutes this week, so hopefully we can chop it down a little bit here for you guys.
No, I think they enjoyed the long,
Okay, we'll
like
keep it long.
It's like a sitcom for them. They get to sit down, relax for 30 minutes, and Maybe we can throw in some commercials.
We should throw like a little fake applause or fake laughter in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
So,
try our hand at that next week.
Yeah, I'll send the real official rankings out. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I'll wait till after this video comes out to send them. With that.
We're good.
Turned it off?
Yep.
All right. You gonna send that out tonight?
I'll send it out tonight.
All right.
Let me see
Oh,
here.
we didn't choose who our next guest was.
Don't! Hold on. It's still going. We can do it. It's still going. Yeah, we're good. Hey, so if you listen past all this and all this and all this, we still have something for you.
You didn't cut it off?
No, I didn't cut it off. I was just about to. It'll actually be in the recording.
It's seriously still running. Okay. So, who do you? I've got a preference. I've got a vote. You get a vote. Who do you got?
I vote Jade. I vote Jade.
I don't think Jade has a camera, so I vote Brian, and that's what's going to be. It's
Oh,
gonna be Brian.
great. Brian,
Jade has no.
if you listen, Brian, if you're listening, you're up next.
Next, okay, we're gonna shoot this Tuesday night. The 27th. I'm at the Ryder Cup.
You're at the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, like that golf event in Minneapolis.
Oh.
Let's do it Wednesday night, the 28th.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Brian, Wednesday night, 28th, about 5:30 or 6. We'll see.
And Jade, text us if you have a camera. You're not going to be next week, but maybe we can put you in another week.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay.